Hello, this is a tutorial on how to fix your 9 stars automatic garbage can lid. It might even work for all other automatic garbage cans because a lot of manufacturers, they might use the same parts. They just might call their creation a different name. So I'm going to show you again how to fix the lid of your automatic garbage can and ways to prevent it from malfunctioning as time goes on. If it gets overfull, the top will start acting up. So I'm going to show you also how to fix your top. So when your garbage start getting overfull, the sensor on the top is very sensitive. So you just want to make sure you change the garbage can. Put the after you put your new garbage bag in, sometimes you won't notice, but your can will be against the wall or against the counter. The sides might be against the counter, anything. You want to make sure that this garbage can isn't touching anything around it, because the sensor, I found out is very sensitive. Now, once you're doing all of this, you want to make sure that you have turned off your top while you're doing all of this. The second thing is when you put your top back on, hold on one second. When you put your top back on, you want to make sure that the top is cleaned off. Also on the inside, you want to make sure that it's cleaned off all around the sensor. You want to make sure these 2 tabs right here is cleaned off. The sensor is very sensitive. So you want to make sure all in the crevices is cleaned off. And you see these bars back here? You want to make sure, sometimes food gets stuck back in there. You want to make sure that's all cleaned out as well. Let me see if you can get a clear look. So you want to make sure those bars are cleaned off as well. All in the crevices in there. Sometimes I take a paper towel and some water and I'll just drench it and make sure I wipe it down real good. You want to make sure all of that's cleaned off. And I might need to go back in after this tutorial and just do it again. But you want to make sure it's really cleaned off really good. Okay, and all around the sides. The third thing is you want to take a soft paper towel or a soft rag, excuse my son, he's autistic, or a soft rag, and wipe over the sensor with a little bit of water on the soft rag and a little bit of bleach. But you don't want to drench it, and you don't want to use anything hard because you don't want to scratch it, which would, cause the sensor to malfunction. So you want to make sure that you wipe that off and and clean it off, because sometimes that'll throw it off as well. So after you finish that, you want to turn on your garbage can. Now, mind you, it might not work straight off the bat. It might take a couple of hours to reset, or maybe even a day to reset. But sometimes, you see how it's not opening all the way? Sometimes it could be your battery. So let me remind you, I like to wait and see, because it's opening up a little bit more as we go along. I like to wait a couple of hours or even a day for the sensor to set back before I change the batteries, to make sure it's not the batteries. I have seen, and it's starting to open up even wider, I have seen that sometimes I even let it go 2 days without changing the batteries, and it resets yourself. Don't worry. Wait a week or so before you start panicking and send your garbage can back. After 2 days, change your battery. Make sure everything is the can is not touching, and or anything like that. And your garbage can should be working properly after at least a day or 2. But I never sent it back. You see how it's now programming itself? It starts off small, opening, then it gets larger as we go along, then it's back to normal. But you make sure that the garbage can is not touching the wall, not really near the wall too much, because that throws off the sensor, okay? And so maybe by the time it's opening up wider, it's getting better. So by the time this video is over, the garbage can will probably be set back to normal, okay? So you want to make sure that you don't panic and say, oh, the top is not working. You send it back, you pay all this money for a new top, it's not worth it, because all they're going to do is do what I do. They're going to just reset the can, or reset the top rather, not the can, but the top. And then if you get the top back and you don't follow the guidelines, what I've just said, then you're going to be back in the same predicament. So you just want to make sure that the can is not touching the walls or the sides. You want to make sure that it's wiped off in the inside, the top. You want to make sure that the metal in the inside that I showed you in the back, see it's setting itself back. You want to make sure, and sometimes when you start going like that, it throws it back off. So now I might have just thrown it back off. Let's see. Nope, there it is. Now it's starting to open up normal with no problem. So you want to make sure that metal is in the back, that metal is cleaned off, and that nothing's stuck in there. And you want to make sure that the important part is that this right here is wiped off. And as you can see, my can is back to normal before the before the video is over. So that's how you fix your electric garbage can top or garbage can. So you don't have to worry about sending your can back. It's back to normal. Okay? Thank you for watching this tutorial. Make sure you like and follow, and stay tuned for more home fixing ideas or fixer-uppers or easy fixings in your home and your electronics. If I know everything, I'll put it on there. All right? Thanks for watching and enjoy your day. One last time, the can is back to normal. Thank you. Bye-bye.